Today on DoodleDrawArt, we're going to draw Santa's face. Let's start off with an oval. This is the basic shape of his face. And now we're going to show where his hat droops over to the side with a pom-pom at the end. And then about a third of the way down our oval, we're going to draw the brim of his hat. And his hat's going to come right down to this edge of the brim, and we'll show where his head comes up along the top. I think I'm going to make my brim a little bit bigger. Santa's brim is nice and big and wide. I think I'll like that better. Now his eyebrows are going to go just below the brim. That looks good. And then his nose is going to go halfway down between the brim and the bottom of the oval. And now I'm going to show his beard. It's going to be bumpy and wavy. It's going to come right outside the whole oval because he has a long white beard. You can make your Santa beard any size or shape that you think looks good. Now it's going to come down beside his face and touch here under his nose where his mustache joins. Same thing on the other side. See how easy that is? Now we're going to make a smiling mouth. We can't really see it too much because it's inside his fluffy beard. And now we'll draw his nice round cheeks. That's how we know he's so smiley. And right at the corner of those cheek lines, we're going to draw his eyes. Nice work. So you can pause here and check your lines. Make sure you're happy with them. And now we're going to use a black marker to make our final lines. And I'll do this quickly in time-lapse, but you should take your time and get it just right. I'm going to color his eyes in with my Sharpie, except for a little spot in the corner. You see, I'm not tracing my oval, and I'm not tracing any of my sketch marks, except for the final lines. Great, now we'll erase our pencil marks. And it's time to color Santa. If you want to, you could use some pink on Santa's cheeks to give him a rosy face. And then red for his hat. That's all the colors we need for this picture. I'm also going to use a little gray just to show the shape of his beard and his fluffy beard hat. That's it! I hope you enjoyed watching me draw Santa today, and I would love it if you would comment on my video and subscribe to my channel. And if you're on Instagram, post a picture of your Santa and tag me. I'd love to see your work. Hi everyone, it's Lisa from DoodleDrawArt. Today we're going to draw and color a Christmas tree. The basic shape of a Christmas tree is a triangle, so we're going to draw a nice big triangle. I like a nice wide Christmas tree, so I'm making mine nice and wide. And then a little rectangle at the bottom for the tree trunk. And now I'm going to draw a star at the top. I'm just going to fix the shape of my star. I want it to be a little bit wider at the bottom. Now what I'm going to do is make layers of tree, and each one is going to start right at my triangle, but get a little wider than the triangle, and then scallop around the bottom. Each time starting at the triangle, going a little wider and then back up to where the triangle meets. Each of these layers is like a tier of branches on your Christmas tree. Great. Now at the bottom of my tree, I'm going to put a tree skirt. And it's just a big curve that comes back around, and then I'll show a little bit of wrinkles at the bottom. Now from each tier, I'm going to draw some ball ornaments hanging down. Just a short line and then a circle. I'll just put one up here as well. So at the bottom of each line of scallops, I'm going to make as many ornaments as I think would look good. What's your favorite kind of Christmas tree ornament? I always like the shiny glass ones. I think there's room for 4 in this bottom row. And I think the baby helped decorate the tree, so I'm going to put just a couple hanging down below the bottom of the tree. Alright, that's it. We're ready now to go over our lines. I'm going to use a Sharpie. I'm going to trace the outline of the star and then the outline of the tree. I'm using my regular Sharpie marker for this part of the outlining. And I'm doing this in time lapse. You can come back and pause when I'm done. You notice I haven't done the ornaments because I'm going to use my fine line Sharpie for those. They're just very delicate, so I'd rather use a fine marker for this. Alright, so now we're ready to erase all of our pencil marks. Clean it all up. And we'll start to color in yellow for the star and a few yellow ornaments as well. Maybe just 2. Alright, so for these ornaments I'm going to press hard around the outside and then color in, leaving a little bit not colored, just to show that it is maybe a little bit shiny. So I've got purple and blue and red and yellow. Now I'll color my tree, and I'm using a bit of extra pressure around my black lines. It does 2 things. It gives some dimension to the shape of the tree, and it also makes it easier to stay inside the lines when I'm coloring gently in the fill areas. Alright, now the tree skirt. I'm going to color that red. I'm going to press and make some snowflake shapes. And I'm just going to add a little bit of shadow down here as well. I'm using purple for this. That's it. I hope you've enjoyed watching me draw this cartoon Christmas tree, and I hope you drew one too. And please comment or like this video. And if you're on Instagram, you could post a picture of your Christmas tree and tag me in the picture so it shows up on my profile and I can see your work. Thanks for watching. Hi everyone, it's Lisa from DoodleDrawArt, and today's drawing project is a Christmas penguin. We're going to start off with a nice round oval. And then we're going to draw sideways ovals for his feet. And next we're going to draw his hat, and he's wearing it a little bit crooked, so I've got it twisted off to the side. That's the brim. And then we'll make a curve down to the pom-pom, and same thing on the other side. And then a nice round circle. Great. For his eyes, we're going to make 2 ovals. And he's kind of a zany penguin, so we're going to make sure that he looks really kooky, and his eyes are going to go in different directions. And then eyeballs in the middle, and a nice triangle for his nose. Nice straight lines. And we're going to bring the shape of his tuxedo belly curving from his eyeball down to the side, and same on the other side. And then he has two little flippers on the sides, or wings. I'm not sure what they are. They're not hands, I know that much. Right, next we're going to go over our lines with a black marker. So I'll do this a little bit quickly. I'll trace the brim and the hat, pom-pom, nose. I usually try to work with the things that are at the front first, so that I know which lines I want to stop at when I draw my other black lines. Alright, that's it for anything tricky. Now we're just going to trace down to his feet, and out to the side for his flippers, around both feet, and connect up his belly at the bottom. Super. And now we're ready to erase. All cleaned up. Now we can color our penguin. I'm going to start off by coloring black inside of his eyes, and then black on the penguin's body, leaving his belly white. And then red for his hat, orange for his feet and his beak. And just to make it look finished, when I have anything white in a project, it's nice to put a little bit of gray shadows, just to show that it's maybe three-dimensional. And that's it! I hope you've enjoyed watching me draw this Christmas penguin today, and I hope you drew one too. Don't forget to like my video if you liked it, and comment below. And if you're on Instagram and you've drawn a penguin, I'd love it if you would post it up and tag me in the picture. Hi everyone, it's Lisa, and today on DoodleDrawArt we're going to draw a cute reindeer. We're going to start off by drawing an oval for his head, and he has his head just turned a bit to the side, so the oval is leaned over. And then we'll draw another oval for his snout, and then his ears, just sticking out to the side, little ovals touching the top of his head. For his antlers, we're going to draw curved lines that go up from his head, and then short lines, just two of them, that go out away from the main line. His eyes are round circles, and then his nose is an oval. Good. And now his legs, we're going to start just here at his chin, and they're going to be U's, big long U's, that come down from his chin, and then we'll make a line across where his hoofs begin. Now here's his, and then there's the rest of it, and then from here we'll make his last leg and his rump. Great. And then he just has a little tail peeking out back here. And then we'll draw straight lines going down to show where his hoofs divide. Okay. Just go over the lines for his antlers by tracing just beside them to make it thicker, so that we'll have something to color in when we get up there. So just trace along parallel to the lines you drew already and curve them at the ends. Alright, so have a look at what you've done so far. See if it looks like what I've done. You can pause the video if you like. And all we have to do is just erase this little bit of the first oval we drew. And then we can trace over all of our lines. And there's his smile. Okay, so with your black marker now, let's trace over the outline of everything that we just drew. I would love it if you would click like if you like this video, and I would especially love it if I could see the reindeer that you draw. So now we can erase our pencil marks. The way I could see your drawing is if you're on Instagram or Facebook. You could post your picture and then tag me in it so that I can see it. Alright, we're ready to color our reindeer. You can use any colors you like, but I'm going to use lots of brown. You can use different pressure, light and heavy pressure. So I'm pressing harder on the dark sections and gently on the light sections. And here I'm going over it with a little bit of tan. And now I'm going to use a little bit of very light black with tan over the top. And again, very light black on his hoofs and then brown over the top. And my reindeer is Rudolph, so I'm going to make his nose red. And I've colored his eyes in except for a little white spot which makes him look like his eyes are sparkling. So thanks for watching today. I hope you've subscribed to my channel because I put a new video up almost every day. Thanks for watching. Hi everyone, it's Lisa from DoodleDrawArt, and today we're going to draw Santa Claus. Draw an oval for his head and beard, and a U coming down from the oval for his body, and it's rather short, and then 2 U's for legs. Sticking out to the side, we're going to show where his arms will go, and then we're going to show his mittens with his thumbs pointing down. Again, mitten and thumb pointing down. Alright, now we're going to draw the brim of his hat. And we're just going to make sure it comes out to the side a little bit on both sides. And it's a little bit wavy, not really a straight line. And now we'll go up and over his head to draw his hat. And then down on the side where his pom-pom will be. And right here we'll show a line where his head will be. Okay, now for his beard, it's going to be just around the same distance away as the edge of his hat. And it's going to just curve around the oval that we drew before. And we're going to show where his hair meets his hat, where his face starts. And now we're going to draw a nice oval for his nose right in the middle. And we're going to swoop down and up to his nose. Swoop down and up to his nose. Good. Now let's draw his mustache. It's really big. Starts right here at his nose and goes all the way up almost to the brim of his hat. Now Santa's eyes are going to be very close and touching his nose, and they're almost a circle. And then we'll draw inside more almost circles and tiny little dots where we'll have reflection in his eye. Good. Now his eyebrows, they're so bushy that they even go a little bit over the brim of his hat. Cute. And there's where his mouth will be. And now I'll draw his body. So his coat comes down and then a little bump out to show where the edge will be, and same on this side. So this is just the edge of his coat. It's going to be white. And then his sleeve will have a cuff at the end. It's going to be white. And then his mitten. Same on the other side. His sleeve comes down and has a cuff on the end. And his mitten. Looking good. Now let's draw his belt. goes right across his belly. And a big buckle. The buckle goes bigger than the width of the belt, and then another square inside that's the same size as the belt. And this part will be white where it's fastened up. Now draw short sections here where the red part of his pants will show. And then we'll have white cuffs, just narrow ones, because they're tucked into his boots. Alright, so we'll make his boots now. This is the top part of his boots. They curve out just a bit. And then we're going to draw upside down U's for his feet. And then long skinny ovals for the soles of his boots. Alright, it's looking good. So we have all of our pencil lines done, and we're ready to go over our work with black marker. I'm going to use my fine point Sharpie. And I'm just going to go over this in time lapse, but it's all of my outlines. His beard is fun to draw. Almost done. Alright, we've got all of our black lines done and we're ready to erase. This is one of my favorite parts. This is my favorite part. You get to see our drawing without any sketch marks. Alright, now we're going to color Santa. I'm going to give him some red rosy cheeks, and I'm going to use my Sharpie to color his eyeballs. And I'm going to use crayon for the rest. I'm trying to decide what color his mittens should be. I don't know if Santa's mittens are white, or black, or red. My son thinks they're red, so I'm going to color them red. I think they could be black, or white, or red. Anyway, they look good. Alright, so that's it. Just a little bit of gray on the white sections to make it look like we didn't forget to color it in. If we just leave the white parts white, it often looks like we just stopped before we were really done. I hope you enjoyed watching me draw Santa Claus today, and I hope you drew him too. And I would love it if you would click the like button on this video, and perhaps you'd like to make a comment. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I would love it if you did. And don't forget to tag me on Instagram if you post a picture of Santa Claus. Today on DoodleDrawArt, we have a nice, easy project, a Christmas stocking. We'll start off with the basic shapes, which is a rectangle for the top of the stocking, and then an oval for the toe, and it's going to point down a little bit. Nice. And then across the top of the stocking, we're going to have a bigger rectangle, wider than the first one, to show the cuff. And that's it for our basic lines. So we're ready now to actually make the outline of our stocking, which is just going to curve down around the outside edge, making your favorite perfect shape of a stocking. And of course, we need to hang our stocking up, so we'll make a couple of little loops at the top top. Perfect. So check your work, and then we're going to outline with a black marker. And I'll do this in time lapse, quickly around the edges. Great. And now we see some sketch lines are still here, so we're going to erase those. Quickly erase off all the sketch lines. Nice! Now we have a beautiful stocking to color. Alright, so I'm going to color my stocking red. We'll zoom right along here. And you can write your name on the top of the stocking so Santa knows whose stocking it is. Great! I hope you've enjoyed watching me draw this stocking today, and I hope you drew one too. I would love it if you would like my video, or comment below and subscribe, and if you're on Instagram, please post a picture of your stocking and tag me in it. Today on DoodleDrawArt, we're going to draw a nice easy wreath. We'll start off by making 2 circles. One smaller circle and one larger circle. This is the basic shape of our wreath. And now what we're going to do is make swooping lines that point away from the center, roughly around the size of the first circle. All the way around. They shouldn't be the same size, they should be bigger and smaller. And now we'll do the same thing from the middle, always pointing towards the center. Great. And now our wreath is going to have some berries in it, so I'm going to draw circles going around. Some groups of 3, some single berries, not too many. And now I'm going to put a bow, which is a triangle, and a knot in the middle, and another triangle, and then the parts that hang down with the tails, and then back up to the center. Great, and now that I've drawn my bow, I can see that I could use a couple more berries. I'll put one here and one here. Great. So now let's go over all of our final lines with a black marker. And I'll do this in time lapse so it goes by nice and quickly. You should take your time, do your best work. These would make lovely Christmas cards. You could fold a piece of cardstock into a nice shape and make your own Christmas cards. Now we'll erase all of our temporary pencil lines and show our beautiful wreath. It's my favorite part. Alright, and now I'm going to color all of my red parts, the bow and the berries, and then all my green parts. And that's it. Nice, simple wreath, but very beautiful. I hope you've enjoyed watching me draw and color this wreath today, and I hope you drew one too. And if you did, and you're on Instagram, you could post a picture of it and tag me in the picture so that I can see your wreath. And don't forget to comment on this video and like it. And if you're not already, I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching. Today on DoodleDrawArt, we're going to draw a glass Christmas tree ornament. I'm going to start off by drawing a nice circle. We want it to be as round as possible. You might even want to trace something. And now we're going to draw the attachment piece. And a circle at the top. And now we're going to draw the bow, which is a big 8. Side and side. And then we'll draw the ends pointing away. Alright, so let's go back in and add the details. We'll start off by making a nice circle here for for the attachment piece. And then we're going to draw the clasp that holds it on. So it curves around. This is really cool. When it gets to the ornament, it makes a heart shape up inside here, and then it loops down and it makes a heart shape down here, another heart up here, and a loop at the bottom. That's pretty fancy. Alright, now we're going to make our circle as round as possible. Tracing that nice round line you made before, taking your time to get it exactly right. Great. Fix it if you need to. Okay, now we're going to make our bow a little thicker by doubling up our lines and showing where it's tied on. It doesn't have to be the same thickness everywhere because a ribbon is made of fabric, which moves around quite a bit. So it could be in any direction, really. Alright, so we're ready now to get out our marker. Fix up anything that you don't think is perfect. There, that's better. Because when we use our marker, we want to make sure it is perfect. I'm going to use my regular Sharpie carefully around the edges. I try to go in one swooping line as much as possible. And since the bow is less important and more sort of in a detail in the background, I'm using my fine line Sharpie on the bow section. Awesome. Now I'm going to erase any little sketch marks that are still showing. Not too many here at all. But I want to start off with a clean slate. And I'm going to color my ornament. Using some gray for the clasp. You could use gold or silver if you have metallic markers, or metallic crayons. And now I'm going to color the bow using red. Using 2 red colors just to give some texture. You could just use 1. And now I'm going to color my ornament, and I've decided that my glass ornament is going to be green. So first I'm going to shade the whole thing gently, because I'm actually going to try to achieve some reflection in this ornament by leaving some areas lighter and coloring others darker. So it's really important I start off with a really faint green layer. Now I'm just going around some circles here to show the reflection of the clasp at the top. And I'm darkening up the edges. And because I want it to look like a globe or a circle or a sphere, I'm trying to give my darkness and my lightness a very rounded shape. So if you look at an ornament, you'll see that darkness is kind of clustered in these arcing shapes. And I'm leaving it light. There's going to be a nice little puddle of lightness up in this top right section. And in order to see lightness, we need to contrast it with darkness. So I'm just darkening up all the areas around the lightest. Now I'm covering up an area with my finger where I don't want any extra color to go. I'll leave a little light circle right up there. And I'm going to go in a bit darker here. Still. The nice thing about adding more color is that you always have control over how much you're adding. You can't really take it away very easily, so it's better to just add a little bit more at a time. Looking to see where you want your highlights to be. I'm darkening it up just a little more. And I'm covering up the areas I want to leave lightest so that I don't accidentally cover over them. It's looking good. I hope you enjoyed watching me draw this ornament today, and I hope you drew one too. I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel and comment on my videos and like them. This is how I know you've watched them and that you've enjoyed them. If you have any requests, please send me a note. You can just leave a comment in this video and I'll be sure to get it. You can also find me on Instagram and tag me in your work so I can see your pictures too. Today on DoodleDrawArt, we're going to draw a gingerbread man. We're going to start with our basic shapes, which is an oval for his body, and a circle for his head, and then ovals for his arms and legs. The ovals for his legs are going to come quite close together because they're actually going to touch. And now let's outline our gingerbread man. Now remember, he's a cookie, so his lines are very simple. Just around the outside of the arm, and then swoop in and around, and then up to a point, and the same thing on the other side. Isn't that easy? Now we get to decorate our cookie. Start off with the eyes. Now remember, this is all icing. And some little cheeks, and little dark circles in his eyes. And now we're going to make little zigzags on his arms and legs, where the decorations are going on the icing. And I'll double these up because I think we'll put white. We'll leave the section white and we color it. So same thing up here, outline these again. Great, and now he needs some buttons. I'm going to put them right, well, let's do his necktie first so we know where they go. Start off by making a circle and then 2 triangle shapes, 1 on each side. And then the buttons, just down the front. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so now we're ready to outline our gingerbread man. All the way around the edges. And I'm gonna do this in time lapse. Take your time. You can pause my video when I'm done here, and then you can see if you're doing the lines the same as mine. All of this, clean it up, and I can see now that it would be nice to have white icing all the way around my gingerbread man. So I'm just going to go back around, leaving space between. It might be a good idea for you to do this with pencil first. I'm going right ahead and doing it with my marker, just keeping the same distance all the way around the lines that are already there. Great! Now we're ready to color our gingerbread man. We're going to need red and green for his decorations, and then brown for his cookie parts. He's so cute. I could eat him. I'm not going to color very darkly because this is a cookie. And I think cookies have some texture and they're sort of light brownish. Now I'm going to outline around the edge of my white lines. Just because he's a cookie, he needs to be a little bit soft. And I think he'll look softer with brown at the outside edge. Nice. I hope you enjoyed watching me draw this gingerbread cookie today. And I would love to see your gingerbread boys. You can decorate them any way you like. If you would like to comment on this video and subscribe to my channel, that will be great. And of course, if you're on Instagram, I would love to see your work. So you could take a picture of your gingerbread boy, and when you post it, just tag me in the picture so I can see it too. Today on DoodleDrawArt, we're going to draw a candy cane. We'll start off by making an upside down U that keeps on going. And then we'll draw a straight line across and another U to meet up with the first one. I'm just going to make mine a bit longer. That looks good. And now I'm going to draw curved lines along the candy cane where the stripes will be. And that's it. Now we'll outline our candy cane with a black marker. Great. And now I'm going to erase my pencil marks and color it. Starting with red, I'm going to color in between the stripes that I drew. And then I'm going to go back with a green crayon and draw stripes along the edges. That's it! I hope you enjoyed watching me draw this candy cane today, and I would love it if you would comment, rate, and subscribe.